partners with Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the incident went down?
I have not. I just know what a devout Christian and father he is, and obviously if he would do anything to protect his children. We're all dealing with the inevitable, just mortality, and so to see how Stu handled that with grace and dignity and how it's encouraging people to embrace those things and to be supportive and loving and never giving up on people.
Have you always talked about it?
It's a balance. I don't want to jam it down anybody's throat, but I do not deny my faith. That's an even bigger sin. You know, it's not popular in my industry, but, you know, I cannot deny.
When rappers like Diddy, Jay-Z, and others got into trouble, it really shook up the whole industry. A lot of people started speaking out, saying this stuff had been happening for years. Mark Wahlberg is one of them. He's also talking about the industry's abusive culture, and folks are wondering if that played a part in why he left. What's fascinating about celebrity life is the way these folks get to flex their skills in various areas of the business. Take Dwayne Johnson, for instance. He started off as a wrestler and turned into this blockbuster actor. Then you've got Selena Gomez, who made the jump from TV to dominating the music scene, just like Miley Cyrus every so often you come across those rare gems who manage to hit it big, and a little bit of everything. It's like they've got the golden touch across the board. Mark Wahlberg has really moved on from his rapper days. In fact, he's so not into it that he's actually telling fans to chill by watching his old music videos. It's not like Wahlberg is trying to hide his past, but he's just not feeling too proud of it. In a 2016 interview with Men's Fitness, he straight up said, "I look back at it now, and I'm like, what the hell was I doing?" Talk about a major throwback cringe.
Really, it's all the mistakes, it's all the failures, it's all the losses that make you understand and grow and, you know, just hopefully get it right the next time.
Before earning his stripes as an Academy Award nominee, Mark Wahlberg was rocking a whole different persona in those days. He went by Marky Mark, and together with the Funky Bunch, he was making waves as a chart-topping rapper. Believe it or not, Mark Wahlberg was not just a Hollywood star, but a legit rapper who had a massive hit. To get the full picture of how Marky Mark wound up making it big in music, we need to head back to when the rapper was an early member of one of the biggest boy bands to ever grace the stage. This was back in the 80s, the decade preceding the one that sent Wahlberg into the stratosphere in the early stages of New Kids on the Block. Mark Wahlberg was a member of the group alongside his brother Donnie. This was an interesting lineup, but it was not the one that would go on to sell millions of records. Eventually, Mark would depart the group, and once the classic lineup was put together, the group eventually broke out in the 80s and early 90s. New Kids on the Block dominated the music scene, unleashing a series of chart-topping hits that propelled them to superstardom. Their influence extended beyond music, with the band having their own toys, a dedicated hotline, and even an animated series, solidifying their ubiquitous presence. Meanwhile, amidst the band's meteoric rise, Mark Wahlberg was diligently honing his rap skills, biding his time for an opportunity to shine. The turning point came when a familiar face played a crucial role in catapulting Marky Mark to household fame. Once in the spotlight, there was no turning back for the burgeoning star.
She never made it out. One day she was there for a week with her friend Izzy, and they stayed on LA time. So I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, they're up, ordering room service.
With his brother's success and New Kids on the Block paving the way, new opportunities unfolded for Marky Mark in the burgeoning rap scene. Still in its early stages, there was ample room for someone with the right vibe to make a significant impact. Marky Mark seized this chance when he released Good Vibrations, a track that catapulted him to immense fame. Interestingly, Good Vibrations has become a universally recognized song today. However, for younger listeners, the realization that it's a Mark Wahlberg song may not be immediate given the passage of time since its release. Yet for those who experienced its peak popularity, the song remains unforgettable. Although many associate Mark's rap career primarily with Good Vibrations, it's worth noting that he had more than one hit according to Billboard. Apart from the iconic track, Marky Mark's song Wild Side also secured a spot in the top 10 on the Hot 100, adding another success to his R&A portfolio. Despite the initial chart success, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch's reign at the top was short-lived. Following a pattern reminiscent of artists like Vanilla Ice, it became evident that the group wouldn't reclaim their former glory once the initial fervor subsided. In their brief but impactful run, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch produced 2 albums, both achieving gold status according to Billboard. While Mark Wahlberg's rap days are firmly in the past, these achievements underscore his notable success in the broader context of his career. Speculation has often swirled about the possibility of a reunion, with fans eagerly anticipating the gang's return even for a single show. However, despite occasional rumors, there seems to be no reunion on the horizon. In 2013, talks surfaced about a potential comeback, but this never materialized. Wahlberg, it seems, has chosen to leave his Marky Mark persona firmly in the past, This decision aligns with his efforts to distance himself from the bad boy image that initially propelled him to fame in the 90s. One of his fans wrote, "I really admire his loyalty to the guys that have had his back since he was a kid." Another one added, "Mark is very articulate, but he was always funny. I really never dug his work, to be honest. But the thing is, now that I'm older, I'm learning to appreciate a lot of things that life's funny that way as the years go by. I see a lot of that from him. He knows he's very lucky to be so blessed."
Young. You always want to go back and do something different, or you want to just shake him and tell him, no, don't do this. This is
Mark Wahlberg ventured into the rap scene during the early 1990s as a member of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. Following the group's dissolution, Wahlberg pursued a solo rap career, culminating in the release of the album Music for the People in 1997, which unfortunately flopped commercially. Reflecting on that period, Wahlberg has expressed regret, acknowledging his youthful naivety. In a 2010 interview with GQ, he admitted, "I was young and dumb and thought I knew everything." Today, Wahlberg has successfully transitioned into a multifaceted career as an actor, producer, and businessman, with the roles of husband and father adding to his accomplishments. His rap endeavors are firmly relegated to the past. While some speculate that Wahlberg might wish to erase the Funky Bunch era from memory, there's no indication that mentioning it would lead to any adverse consequences in his current career. Unlike Cuba Gooding Jr., who faced credibility is due to accusations, there is no evidence that Wahlberg has labeled anyone a liar or made threats related to his past in the music industry. Notably, Queen Latifah, having initially been recognized as a rap artist, doesn't seem to derive any benefits from her connection to Jamie Foxx. Although some may use the term Marky Mark in a somewhat disparaging manner, it hasn't impacted Wahlberg's standing in the film industry. In essence, Wahlberg's earlier financial success and encounters with a more indulgent lifestyle during his rap career have become a chapter firmly closed.
like, I have to do them justice. You know, I have a job and a responsibility to get it right and handle it with the sensitivity that it deserves. So when to make
Mark Wahlberg made the decision to step away from his rap career due to a lack of confidence in his abilities. Recognizing that he wasn't satisfied with his proficiency in rapping, he chose to redirect his focus towards acting. Despite achieving multiple top 10 hits on the Billboard Hot 100, Wahlberg ultimately decided to leave the rap scene, emphasizing his commitment to pursuing a career in acting. Despite his initial charting successes, Wahlberg chose a different path, leaving his rap career behind. And Wahlberg reflects on the alternate trajectory his career might have taken if he had stuck to his initial plan of becoming a full-time rapper. Despite achieving popularity as the singer of Good Vibrations and being a prominent figure in the 90s rap scene, Wahlberg eventually transitioned into a highly successful acting career. Despite his accomplishments in acting, Wahlberg contemplates the different choices he could have made during his younger years, pondering how his career path might have diverged if he had continued down the route of a full-time rapper. Longs a reaction to Father. Stu, those are the things that's my reward for the work that we. While the departed star was making a move to Hollywood, Eminem had made his debut. And by the time he retired, the 8 Mile star cemented his name on the list of the best rappers. An interview with IGN recently resurfaced on the internet, where Wahlberg was asked if he thinks he could have been Eminem if he had not retired, to which he replied, "Could I have been Eminem? I certainly hope not. I like Eminem. I think Eminem's really talented, but I'm trying to go a completely different route." He further quoted saying that he and Eminem have completely different tastes. "I love my mother, man. Are you crazy? No, I can't be a bad influence on anybody. But I think there's a lot more to what he does than that. There's certainly a shock value that's kind of gotten him to a certain place. But the guy got a lot of talent. It's just, I came from the real thing, and I was trying desperately to get away from that." While Mark Wahlberg's music career didn't unfold as he had initially envisioned, he holds no regrets about using music as a means of self-expression. However, when comparisons arose between him and Eminem, particularly due to their shared white backgrounds and Eminem's troubled past, Wahlberg took a stance against such associations. Wahlberg actively sought to distance himself from Eminem, disliking the notion of being viewed as a performer who relies on shock value. In contrast, Wahlberg aimed to convey meaningful messages through his work in the entertainment industry, rather than seeking controversy.